Hey guys and girls, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Crash Landing with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant. Have yourself a great day as always. I have been making the second dome. Yes, if you look at my minimap, there is a smaller dome awaiting me. This is going to be the processing room. Now, I said in the last episode we was going to go ahead and we was going to start sorting out our ores, trying to organise it a little bit better. Now, this is going to be the start of it, because eventually we're going to do it all with applied logistics, because, you know, that's probably just the better way of doing it. But I want to kind of get a crack on it now so that I don't have to keep jumping between my furnace and the horrific monstrosity that is the giant cobblestone dude. we definitely don't need that anymore. So we're going to try and set something up in here that's going to be still fairly basic, but it's going to be automatic, so I don't really have to worry about it, which is great, because then I can start looking into trying to get an infinite water source, which is not easy by any chance, because trying to make an aqueous accumulator is redonkulous. But if I can get that, I can start getting nether quartz. I can automate this here to get nether quartz, and from there we can then move on to really getting into the applied and logistics, which is the main part, the main thing that we're going for. As far as the tree room goes, it's going really well. Check this place out. How awesome is this? All these trees doing their thing. It's really nice. I actually really like the look of it as well. It just feels very cool. I did have to change a few things around though, because I did kind of mess up a little bit in the last episode. I remembered when I finished recording that you can't actually you can't set them to sheer leaves and get saplings at the same time. It doesn't work like that. You have to you either have sheer leaves to get the leaves, and you don't get saplings, or vice versa. So at the minute I've set them both to not shear leaves. I did have one shearing leaves and one not shearing leaves, but I found it easier just to do it this way. And then when you need a load of leaves, you just turn them around and you get a buttload of leaves. So there we go. That's the easier way of doing it. But I think it looks pretty nice. You know, it's fully filled with saplings and whatnot. It's pretty funky. So let's get cracking. Now, the first thing I've done is I have been using my endery pearls to make me some tesseracts. And I think they're currently in the oven cooking up as we speak. Let's go have a looky-see. Yes, tesseract frames. Very nice. And these are doing so well. Like, the amount of mob essence that we're getting from these is a silly amount. And I've been using it inside this auto enchanter just to get some books. I do need to get a item duct linking these together, because I kind of thought it would auto eject, but I don't think it does. But hey, that's cool. So that's doing that. That's good, and we're getting all this good stuff. The only thing that I do have to do now and then is take the bows out of here and place them in here. I could just put a put an item duct between or something, but yeah, it's fine. It's working good. So there we go. Right, so now that we got our item ducts, let's, or now we've got our tesseracts, let's go ahead and actually do something with these guys. Now, to turn our tesseracts into usable tesseracts, not the frame version, we need a few bits. So we need some bronze and we need some silver. Let's have a look. See if we've got any of this. Bronze and silver. Silver. Very nice. So let's do this. Bam. There we go. Cool. Now we're going to connect them up over here to our power network. The other thing I want to do at some point is I want to change these round for better conduits, because these conduits are not really doing the best work at the minute. For what we've got, they're fine, but for what we're going to have, we're going to need to soon upgrade them, so that's going to be something I want to do. I think I'm going to put this guy under here. There we go. So he's going to now be getting power. We're going to put him device as 1, and we're going to set him as power. There we go, and select that. And configuration, he's going to be nothing to do with items, nothing to do with fluids. He's going to receive energy. Lovely. So that is all good. Should we have a sleep? I think we should have a sleep. Let's have a sleep. There we go. Yes. So that's going to receive power. Then we're going to put the other one kind of almost slap bang in the middle of this room, so that we can then send the power all around the place. Now that we've got enough ender pearls, I can make some more tesseracts, and I can link things up like the chamber over there. It's going to work quite nicely. So let's put this guy underneath here. There we go. Bam. I'm going to link him to power, and he's going to be in energy receive mode. Good stuff. So he's now going to be sending power out. Now we're going to want to make sure that we have these going off over this direction, because the piping systems are going to be done on both sides. Now, there's a couple of ways that I could do this. We're still going to use the sifters because we have to, but I could have done this all in one big mumbo jumbo of pipes and gizmos, or I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it up. So I think splitting up is going to look nice. And it's also going to help me be able to monitor how much of what we're actually making. Now, the main ores are going to come from sifting this stuff, the dust. But we can also get ores from the gravel as well. And we're going to do gravel, but I think we're not going to prioritize gravel as our main ore making side of things. You know, the sand's better. And we could change the stuff that we get from the gravel into sand by using more autonomous activators, pulverizing up, such and such. But I would much rather just focus on metal from one side than the gravel side will still give us metal, because I'm going to move the smeltery there so that we can get the stuff from that. So basically any metals that we get from the gravel is just going to get thrown in the smeltery. They're not going to get turned into the dust form, they're just going to get the chunks, they're going to get lobbed in there, and whatever we get is going to be brilliant. The main thing is going to be the emeralds and the diamonds. As far as actual ore processing goes, it's going to be done on this side with the dust, and we're going to use the thermal expansion bits and bobs to do that. Oh, have I not? Oh, I forgot to put that on. That'll be why. Let's have an extreme chili in this lovely desert. Alright, so now that we've got that, let's get our pipes down, and we'll start throwing all of this together. I'm pretty excited for this. I think it's going to work nicely. So we want some conduits coming over this direction. There we go. And the same over here. Oh, I have to get that in a second. Cool, cool. And let's grab this one. Good stuff. Alright, so that's all set up. So now let's get our sifters, and we'll place them where we want to be. Now I'm thinking, I want to kind of make this look a little bit different, so I think what I'm going to do is... I was thinking of doing it from the glass outside and coming around the back. I think that could look cool, kind of seeing wires coming around the back of the glass. Try and keep it as neat as possible. So maybe I'll make some more leadstone energy conduits and actually have them coming outside. That could look really cool. Yeah, we could have them coming out here. I like that. Alright, let's do that. Let's have them coming like this. There we go. And we'll aim on this side, because I want to try and keep the floor level as like the least cluttered I possibly can. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go make some more of these leadstone energy conduits, and I'm going to get all the other bits and bobs that I need, and we'll start working first on the dust side. Alright, so I'm just making myself some vacuum hoppers. I think these are going to be pretty good. I made some ladders because we're going to need those. I decided we're going to bring it up a little bit. Oh, what am I putting hammer for? Hopper? Hammer? That doesn't work. Yeah, let's grab some of these. Cool, cool. And I got a kind of idea of how I want this to look, but whether it's going to come out that way, that's a completely different story entirely. But hopefully we're going to get this to work nicely. So let's just break this. And we're going to bring this right up the back. So bring it up there. And can I reach them? I can. Brilliant. There we go. And let's go do the same on this side. Ooh, ooh, hey, there we go. Okay. Right, now we've got that. Let's cover these up. Cool, cool. So this area here is going to be where all the goods are deposited and where they're collected. There shouldn't really be any need to have anything there except for like barrels or chests or whatnot, because we're going to have all the processing done further up. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these planks for the time being to try and get it to look alright, but it's going to be basically around here. So let's do that. And that. And she'll bring that out one more. There we go. Go to you. Good stuff. And our rope ladder can connect to there. And we'll do the same on this side to try and get it looking semi-good. So we'll do that. And that. And that. Good stuff. Alright, so now that we've got that, we're going to do our work up here. Good. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need our sifters. The first sifter is probably going to go here. There we are. And then we're going to have this guy, which is going to be around here, I believe, for collecting. And then on the side of it, we're going to have cobblestone, but we're going to make it look a little bit funky. So let's go with some... which one looks good? I really like that, but actually, you know, we'll go with that because it just, we've already had this horrible cobblestone. We're going to use it one more time just because, you know, we're making an updated version of the horrible thing that's over there. We're going to make it look better, hopefully. So I'm going to do this on the other side, I think, as well. So we'll do it on this side. I'm going to use this ladder again. Let's put it on here. There we go. We'll do the same on the other side, so that way I can jump between when I need to. Bam. So let's have this here. Good stuff. Alright. And we're going to need a means of putting stuff into it. So I think what we're going to do for that is... And I would like this area here kind of sectioned off. So let's bring that down. There we go. So anything that goes in it now is going to be just fine. I might have to get rid of you. There we go. But overall, that's looking fairly good. Now we're going to need lava over here because we're going to need to make our cobblestone. So I'm going to bring my lava generator over here as well. I'm going to move all of this actually. Yeah, it's going to be a good thing. Alright, so I'm going to move this over there and we will be right back. Alright, so I spent a little bit of time just generally fiddling around. And this is what I think kind of looks nicest. So if we go down here, I've actually set the generator under here. And what it's doing is it's going to be sending the cobblestone into this barrel, and then the barrel is going to split it into 3 different directions, which I think is kind of a cool way of doing it. The first one's going to go to a barrel up there, which is going to be just for collecting cobblestone, because, you know, we'd still need cobblestone, so that's going to be a thing. We need spare cobblestone all the time, so that's going to go into there. Another one's going to send it over to here, and another one's going to send it over to here. Now, what I've done over here is I've changed it around a little bit, so these come down here. I also put a door here, because I keep needing to go outside all the time. I don't want to keep having to break glass and replace it. So now that we've got that, and we've got power going up there, we can actually start sending the stuff where we want it to go. And the first place that we're going to want our stuff to go to is going to be into a pulverizer, because we need to pulverize the goods into the stuff that we need. So let's go and get ourselves some pulverizers. And we're just going to take the ones from over here, because we're not actually going to be using this section anymore. There's absolutely no need to use it. So let's first take you. You can come with me, and I think I'm going to take a furnace as well. Let's grab a furnace. Good stuff. So this is going to make the dust for us. Now we might need, we're actually going to need 2 pulverizers for this. I wonder if I think I made some more. Let's have a look. Thermal thingies. Pulverizers? Yes, we did. Very nice. Alright, we'll grab those. Let's also grab a barrel, in case we ever want any spares. There we go. Good stuff. Alright, so now we can turn this into dust. So if you pulverize the cobblestone twice, you'll get dust, which is very handy. So we'll get a byproduct of dust, because we want to do the dust and the sand and the gravel. So there's 2 ways that we can kind of do it. I think we're going to do dust and sand in this one. I think this is probably going to be the best way, and then the gravel can be done in the second one, unless I set up a third, because I could set up a third over here just for that, and then we could do all 3 parts. So we could do dust, we could do gravel, and we could do sand, which I think that could work actually. I think that would be kind of cool. And then we could have another small place behind here, another small one of these domes for the smelting action, which could work. We could still specify the dust like kind of mainly for ores, but we could use the other stuff for all the other goods that we get. I think that's going to work better. Alright, we're going to do it that way. So we're going to go with doing over here for this, which means we're going to want to get ourselves, if I have another one, redstone furnace, 2 pulverizers. Oh, we're actually going to need another pulverizer I believe. We should have another one over here. So we need a couple for this one to get the dust. So let's go and get this one. Is that a pulverizer? Yes, it is. Good stuff. Alright. And the byproducts that we get from these we're actually going to store in barrels, because there's going to be times where I don't actually want to use the sand or the gravel that we get. I actually want to keep it, so that's going to be another thing. So let's first have the goods going like this. So they're going to go in threes pretty much. So the first one's going to go here. Let's break you. Like that. And then the next one, let's bring this out a tad. Can I do that? I can. Brilliant. Yeah, so let's do that. And then the next one's going to go here and here. Cool. And let's turn this one off. And turn you around. Good stuff. So the first lot of stuff's going to go directly into here, which is good. I think I might have messed up my cabling somewhere, because you don't seem to be getting any power. I'll need to look into that. But those goods are going to go into here. Alright, so now we've got that. We'll set that, the bottom part, to accept all the cobblestone, which is good. So that should do that. And then with this, we want the red to go into here. So let's set this as input. So that should do that. And then the byproduct, which we're going to get from it, is probably going to be best going into a barrel like here, maybe. So I can grab that when I need it. Good stuff. So the yellow can go into there, which is good. So now that we've got that, let's figure out why this isn't doing its thing. That should have actually been going in there. Why was you not going into there? Did you not want to? Alright, so I think I've got this looking how I want it to be now. It's slightly wasteful, but I think it's nice, and it's kind of compact, and it suits the room quite nicely as well, which is I'm going to hope to do this on all the different sides. So with this one, we've got to quickly go through it. We've got the cobblestone coming up through here, going into this pulverizer, then getting turned into gravel. The byproduct of pulverizing cobblestone is sand, which is then going into this barrel here in case I ever need some sand. From there, we then send the gravel into this pulverizer, which then gets pulverized into sand itself. The byproduct of sand is dust. The dust is actually going straight into a nullifier. So if you don't know what a nullifier is, nullifiers destroy anything that goes into them. So I could have this piping all the way back around again, but it's just going to be... It's going to look horrible having all these pipes everywhere. So I would rather just destroy it. That's probably the wasteful side of this. And then from there, the sand we get goes into this guy here, which then gets turned into dust. Dust doesn't have a byproduct, so you don't have to worry about that. And that goes straight into our autonomous activator. And we've got two here set up so that we can double smash this guy up as fast as possible. And then once that's done, it gets picked up in the vacuum hopper and sent down here into these 18 barrels. There are 18 things you can get from dust in total. If you didn't already know that, you should buy now, but if you don't, you can push a U on the things that you can sieve, and it'll tell you what you can get, and it gives you the chance as well. So you can see that a raw fish's drop chance is 1%, 1% yellorium 2%. The best thing is stone, which is 20%, or a couple of these are 20%, and that then gets pulled down via the around the back, all the way down here into here where there's some pipes, and it goes into the barrel. So I need to move this around a little bit because it's kind of playing on me just slightly that everything's a little bit skew with. I would like to have like the pulverized dust down the bottom, and then maybe or I might even match the diagram that you get in here. So I might actually match that because that looks kind of cool. So I might get a jabber thingamabob and move all these around a little bit. I think that could be good. I think that will work quite nicely. So now I got to do this on the other side. So it's turning out to be fairly expensive, but once it's done, it's going to be really handy because I'm just not going to have to worry about any of this ever again. So I'm going to do the same for this side, which is the dust. I'm going to do the sand on here, and then I'm going to do the gravel on here. It's going to take some time, so I'm going to go off and I'm going to work on all this because I'm going to have to make all this stuff. It's going to take a fair bit, and we'll be back to look at the final product to see how all of this is working. I think that's going to be good. Now you've seen how this one works, it's going to be the same on all of them pretty much. So we'll do that. All right, guys, I'll see you in a mo. All right, well, I think I am done. I'm well and truly done playing with thermal expansion stuff today, but it looks fairly good, I think. It looks nice. Let's go check it out inside here. So here we go. This is the processing room. Well, this is, I'm going to call it the ore smashing room, because it's not really much in processing. I actually planned on having this smelting ores by the end of this episode, but I think the change of plans halfway through to do all three kind of took up a fair bit of time. But I think it's going to be worth it because, you know, we get some good stuff. Sulfur's kind of handy from this. The quartz and whatnot is kind of nice. The yellorium from all the dust is really handy. But it's basically the same setup all the way around with a few modifications. So this one works just fine. We're nullifying the dust, but we're getting the sand, which is good. Sand is kind of useful for little bits here and there. Not much, but it's good to have a little bit kind of hanging around. So there's that. I've changed all these around so we have the ores at the top and then the random stuff here and there. I did the same for all of them. So on all of them, the ore, if it's crushed dust form or in like kind of the nuggety form, it's always at the top, which is good. So it's kind of there. On this one, it's exactly the same, except we're missing one pulverizer because we don't need to pulverize the sand into dust. We're doing the sand, which is good. And instead of getting rid of the sand, I've got it coming down here into a furnace, being turned into glass for me, which is good. We don't really get we don't get loads, but it's enough to keep it going. I was thinking about doing the same with that, because there isn't really much to use sand for, but I think I should have some, just in case we need it. Maybe for making like a different type of glass or something. But that's how we do that, so that's doing that one. And then the gravel is identical, just taking another one of those away. And I'm getting rid of the sand this time, because I don't really want to have two different lots of sand, there's no point. So that's doing that, we'll get rid of all of that. And this is running just perfectly, making diamonds, lapis, and all this good stuff for me. How cool is that? So, yeah, maybe not the most efficient, but I didn't really, I wanted to kind of make it look cool. You know, if we're making these domes, I think we need to add a little bit of coolness to our builds to try and make them look that little bit nicer. And now that we've done this, we can set a separate dome. I'm thinking of doing a separate dome like there and there. Smaller ones for processing everything. So one will be for processing all of these two, which will be basically just getting thrown into a giant smeltery. That's how that's going to go. Or I might even use the high oven. We might do some high oven stuff. So we'll have a smeltery high oven room over that way. And then over here, we'll have the rest of our thermal expansion stuff. So all the other thermal expansion machines that we have can go over there. And in that one, we can process this stuff that doesn't need any kind of pre-packaging. We can use a, I think we've got a packager. Yeah, we can use an auto packager to turn it into the dust block so it can get smelted over there. And that will probably make that'll probably make it all faster for us, that one. But this one will be like a kind of subsidiary one. Plus, we haven't played with the high oven yet, and I think we probably need to do that. So there we go, guys. I think I am done. I'm definitely done for the day. This is taking ages. I want to go have myself a cup of tea now. But that's going to do that. I'm going to quickly go, and I think I shall try and tidy up because I have made a mess everywhere. There's bits missing here and there. I've been running around grabbing stuff. I need to tidy all this up, get it looking a little bit presentable again. The same in here. Look at this. Look at this place. It's horrible. This all needs fixing up. And I want to go, and I probably want to change this as well because it doesn't look very nice just being sat in the corner, does it? We need to change that. So that's going to be something on my hit list. But I think in the next episode, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go do a little bit of exploring, maybe. Maybe go to the city again to see if we can get some bits there. Try and stabilize maybe a small colony within the city. We'll try and make a little area just for us where no guys can get to us. That'd be kind of cool. I was actually planning of making a tunnel all the way to the city and then have minecarts taking us back and forth. How cool would that be, right? I think that would be really funky. And I'm pretty sure we can make minecarts and all of that in this. It shouldn't be much of a problem. Let's have a look. See if we can make carts. Let's have a look. Because I think that would be kind of cool. Cart? Yeah, there we go. Mine carts. Yeah, they're really cheap. And then we can make the tracks, which should be pretty cheap as well. Or rails, as it is. That's what I like. Rails. Yep, 16 for that. Awesome. So we can actually have like an underground station taking us back and forth from the city in a completely lit up underground area where we don't have to worry about anything. And then we can take some of the big buildings and we can secure them and stuff. I think that's going to be a really fun idea. So maybe we'll do that in the next episode. Do a little bit of adventuring because we've been stuck at the base for some time. I need to stretch my legs. But yes, there we go, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you have, make sure you leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything, drop them in the comments section. And I shall see you soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.